Hi everyone, this is Balazs from RacingBrick. As 2024 comes to a close, it's time to look back at some of the best LEGO sets we reviewed or built this year and reveal my personal favorite. Let's dive in. Over the course of 2024, we've explored a wide range of LEGO sets, from Technic builds to Speed Champions and City. Here are some standout models that caught my attention. Please note that not all of these have been featured on the channel. If you see something that wasn't shown in detail but you would like to see a video about it, let me know in the comments. Let's start with City. There have been a lot of interesting releases and unfortunately I've only managed to film a couple of them so far. I will definitely try to find some time to catch up on the backlog here. My favorite from the first wave was the 60406 race car and car carrier truck with its nice and vibrant color scheme, some cool building techniques and of course functionality. The second wave had the 60440 yellow delivery truck, which was an absolute winner. Great build, huge printed panels and other printed parts, everyone needs a LEGO truck in their collection. Then there were a bunch of other sets that we built but didn't get to show you yet. The 60409 yellow mobile construction crane is another big set with lots of working features that almost looks like a Technic Junior set. The 60420 yellow construction excavator is a similar model in a smaller package. It is fascinating how all these functions can be recreated in a city form. You wouldn't guess it, but the 60437 Jungle Explorer helicopter at base camp set offers even more excitement than the gorillas. The helicopter itself has a remarkable drive mechanism for the propellers, using Technic parts of course. The 60423 downtown streetcar is a nice small tram with lots of accessories and play options, and I think it might be possible to squeeze a hub and motor in it. We will definitely test that. And now for the Speed Champions. We had quite a few exciting cars this year, but two of them stood out for me. The 76920 Ford Mustang Dark Horse was the one I wasn't really interested in first, but it turned out to be one of the most exciting Speed Champions builds with lots of ingenious building techniques. The other is the 76921 Audi S1 e-tron Quattro, another nice and interesting build. The only issue is the lack of a cam block minifigure. Now let's move on to the Technic sets. We started the year with the space theme, and my favorite of those was definitely the 42181 VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship LT81. It's not a perfect set, but it is totally swooshable and has lots of play functions. The 42172 McLaren P1 was the biggest Technic set of the year. It looked good and had properly working features, but for me it didn't really offer anything new compared to its predecessors, and the model selection was questionable. The other big vehicle was the 42177 Mercedes-Benz G500, an interesting build, and thankfully this time the designer has opted for a less complicated drivetrain that works smoothly. The color choice is a bit ambivalent, but over time I got used to it. My favorite from the Technic range was the 42173 Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, a small and affordable car with some very innovative building solutions. I really enjoyed that. And you can buy it in two color options, which is also a plus. What I really miss this year is something in the scale of the 42156 Peugeot 9X8, because that seemed to be the ideal scale for a Technic car. It's very dense and requires some clever building solutions. That should be the sweet spot for Technic designers. There were some interesting idea sets released this year, but the best one for me was the 21345 Polaroid one-step SX70 camera. A unique design with some surprisingly lifelike functions and a nice display piece. There was another similar set with an even better price, the Creator 3-in-1 31147 retro camera. Here are two of the three models, both look great and have some cool functions. Another unique 3-in-1 set is the 31148 retro roller skate. I didn't pick it for the building techniques, but the pink tires. We've seen unusual tire colors this year in Technic sets as well, but this one really stands out. Can you imagine any cars using these wheels, or are there any other unusual tire colors you would like to see coming in 2025? Let me know in the comments. Now for a few other themes that aren't featured on the channel as frequently. My top pick from the Star Wars theme is definitely the 75389, the Dark Falcon. I think it's a fun concept. It comes with very cool minifigures and looks great together with the traditional set. There were some interesting Batman releases this year, like the 76273 Batman construction figure and the Batpod bike, but I think the 76271 Batman the Animated Series Gotham City was the most unique. I like these display pieces, this one looks great once it's built, and there are lots of little hidden Easter eggs to discover. Then there's the 40719 traditional chess set. We haven't gotten a LEGO chess in years, and I think it's a great non-LEGO game to build from LEGO pieces, and the execution of this one is very nice. Here's a set I haven't built yet, but will definitely do for several reasons. I have very mixed feelings about the Fortnite 77072 Peelybone. The cool building techniques are fighting with the look and the theme in my head. I think I will only share my opinion once I built it. And now on to the icons theme. Looking back a bit, I was hoping to get something like the 10317 Defender this year, a complex car with multiple building options that brings the Technic and system worlds closer together, but sadly we didn't get anything like that. Or did we? The 10327 Dune Atreides Royal Ornithopter isn't a car, but it brilliantly integrates a lot of Technic elements to get some very cool functions in a surprisingly slick form. This set was almost the top pick of the year. We got a few cars in 2024, and despite the incorrect rear wheels and the lack of printing on them, my favorite was the 10330 McLaren MP44. Luckily, we can fix those mistakes next year with official parts. So, which was my favorite LEGO set of 2024? I'm sure you will be as surprised as I was, because I really didn't expect this set to hide an ingenious design and some very cool mechanical solutions. This is the Icons 10334 Retro Radio. If you haven't seen my review of it yet, I recommend you check it out. The building process is very cool, and there are some very innovative techniques in this little box, which is not a car, but was still my favorite build this year. So folks, thank you for joining me on this journey through the best LEGO sets of 2024, and thank you for your continued support. I hope you will join me next year as we explore the upcoming 2025 sets. In the meantime, I would love to hear your favorites from this year. Is there anything I missed but should definitely check out? Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications, because there will be more exciting LEGO videos coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.